Pandemic is a word that, if misused, can cause unreasonable fear or unjustified acceptance that the fight is over, leading to unnecessary suffering and death.
Hello, I'm Alip. Today, I'm gonna talk an issue in my first podcast, in which I wanna tell you my views on COVID-19. COVID-19 began at the end of December to be present in the village of Wuhan, China. Reportedly, this disease originated from a animal virus. At the time, this outbreak was only in a local region, where the spread had only been circulating in China. The global community assumed that it's just an ordinary virus, such as dengue fever or avian flu, whose effects are not too dangerous and are not widespread. When the virus hit China, the local government swiftly enforced health protocols and restricted the flow of entry and exit for all access to port, land, and air transportation. Around the end of February, conditions in China improved and transportation access returned to normal. But, unfortunately, that's where the COVID-19 pandemic started. In early March, the world community was shocked by the spread of the coronavirus that occurred in several points in the Southeast Asia region. In Indonesia itself, this virus entered the middle of March. The initial case was discovered for the first time by a resident who lived in Depok, where he admitted that he had traveled from the country of the previous quarantine. Initially, the world community was not too worried and actually underestimated the existence of this virus, even in Indonesia. When it was announced and was given an explanation of the symptom of exposure to the virus, the public still underestimated this. And indeed, at the beginning, the government wasn't alert and responsive in the COVID-19 case, where at the time there was no mandatory health protocol in effect in the community. As time progressed, French news were shocked by the widespread of the coronavirus. The number of people who were infected and the number of victims who lost their lives. The news was exacerbated by the spread of COVID-19, which aimed without any symptoms. Simultaneously, several countries, including Indonesia, immediately applied health protocols and implement large-scale restrictions in every access to transportation. With the implementation of such a policy, the world economy will automatically decline drastically. Face-to-face activities are deferred online. There are several companies that benefit, such as in the whole pharmacy sector and online meeting platforms, while the rest are many companies that lose money and even go bankrupt. As a result, many employees drop out of work, and that means more unemployment rate in this COVID-19 period. When the coronavirus became in an uproar, the community immediately followed the government direction and made the development of COVID-19 slowly decrease because many companies, entertainment venues, or schools are closed. So, people mostly stay at home to limit and break the chain of spreading COVID-19. But over time, people activities return to normal due to economic pressure during the pandemic, making life more burdensome and stressful. Plus, they assume that those exposed to it are those with weak body immunity and elderly people, where they will be more susceptible to contraction to coronavirus. As a result, globally, America has the highest number of COVID-19 cases than any other country. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, the highest cases were recorded in the city of Surabaya in East Java, which is identified by the black zone. Now, the pandemic has been running for about 8 months. We as society must be more active and obedient in following government protocols and regulations. So that this pandemic ends quickly, we can only try and pray together. For that, I hope for anyone who listens to my podcast this time, we could be more aware of current conditions and we could help start from self-awareness. And that is our discussion today. Maybe there is not much that I can to you. That is a little opinion from my point of view regarding the health issue that is currently plaguing. So, for all of us, stay healthy and be happy. Thanks.